Welcome to the Touchstone Institute Knowledge and Competency Assessment Tool for internationally educated dietitians. This video will instruct you on how to navigate the tablet-based app that you will be using for the KCAT, as well as provide you with an overview of your examination today. Before we begin, let's take a moment to review the Test Confidentiality Agreement. When you registered for this exam, you signed a binding document agreeing to abstain from revealing or disseminating any examination content. This means that you are prohibited from discussing or disclosing any and all content to others at any time, even after you have completed the exam. Examples of test confidentiality breaches include sharing exam content with future KCAT candidates and posting case information or exam questions online. Thank you for your commitment to this agreement. Today, you will be completing a two-part assessment. In the morning, you will write the Foundational Knowledge exam, which consists of 92 multiple-choice questions. You will have 2 hours and 30 minutes to finish this test. In the afternoon, you will complete the competency exam, which consists of 98 multiple-choice questions. You will have 2 hours and 35 minutes to complete this portion. The following items will be provided to you in order to complete this exam. The T-Exam app, installed on the tablet in front of you. A stylus pen to use with the tablet if needed. A tablet instruction sheet for your reference. A QR code with your login information. A spare piece of paper and a pencil. There should be no food or liquids on your table, including water bottles. Water will be provided to you upon request. Please keep the tablet on your desk at all times, except to scan your QR code. Keep the tablet in the landscape orientation at all times. Your tablet is locked into the T-Exam app. You will not be able to access any other apps on the tablet. We will now provide a demonstration of the T-Exam app and enroll into the demo exam for a practice round. You will begin by selecting the demo exam on your login page. You will select the QR button on the screen. This will bring up the camera function of your tablet. At this point, you will hover your tablet over the QR code found on your table. Make sure you position the QR code within the green target box of the app to successfully scan it. Once you have successfully scanned your QR code, a green check mark will appear next to the icon. Your name will appear below the icon. To log into an exam, you will type in a PIN provided by the exam administrator. This login process will be used for both the Foundational Knowledge exam and the Competency exam, as well as the Demo exam. The unique PINs for each of these exams will be shared with you before you begin. Here are some helpful tips for logging in. Ensure that the protective case is not obstructing the tablet's rear-facing camera. Leave the QR code on the table and pick up your tablet to hover above it. The ideal distance is 1 foot above the QR code. You may have to adjust your tablet's distance for a successful scan. Ensure that the QR code is within the green target box. You can use either your fingers or the provided stylus pen to make your selections. We will log into the demo exam in a few moments. We will now go through all the navigation functions and features so that you are familiar with the exam app. Use the question pane on the left side of the tablet to select and view the exam questions. You will be able to vertically scroll through all the questions using this feature. When you make a selection from the question pane, it will appear on the right side of the tablet screen. To choose an answer to the question, you may select either the circle or the text of the response you believe is correct. If definitions are available, they will be displayed below the answer options. The note, "Please select an answer," will disappear once you have made your selection. The Continue button will activate once you have selected an answer. You have the ability to strike out any answers you believe are incorrect by either swiping left or right along the text. Be very careful when swiping to eliminate the choices. If you press on the text instead of swiping, that choice will be selected as the correct one. The progress bar found at the bottom of your screen displays the total number of questions in the exam and how many of them you have already answered. We will now demonstrate the tagging function. This function is for your benefit and allows you to identify questions within the exam that you may want to revisit at a later time. These tags are located next to the Continue button at the bottom of the question. There are 3 options to choose from: the red tag, the yellow flag, and the green ribbon. You will be able to tag as many questions as you wish. At the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, next to the progress bar, there is a counter displaying the amount of questions that have been tagged. When you press on the number counter next to the icon, you will be taken to the first tagged question. You will then cycle through all the questions with that particular tag. Using this feature will not impact your score. The status bar visually plots your progress of the exam. The downwards-facing arrow indicates your position in the exam, and check marks indicate answered questions. Any questions that you may have tagged will be represented with the associated icons. The messaging function allows you to send a message to the exam administrators. You can use this function to ask any questions regarding the exam that are not content-related. There will not be anyone available to answer content-related questions. Please answer the questions to the best of your ability. To use the messaging function, select the message icon to bring up the box within which you will type your question. Make sure that you reference your assigned table number so that the exam administrator can identify where you are sitting. After sending a message to the exam administrator, and while you are waiting for a response, move on to the next question. The administrator will respond to your messages. We will now review some of the other functions that you can use to help you complete your exam today. At the top right-hand corner of your screen, you can access a calculator that can be used at any time. Directly to the left, you can also access Notepad. The Notepad is not associated with any specific questions. It is there to aid you during your exam and can be used to make any notes. Using this feature will not impact your score in any way, and we will not review your Notepad entries. There are 2 input modes for the Notepad function. You may choose to either type your note or write it out with your stylus. In order to delete your note, you must have the appropriate input option selected. In the top left, there is an A+ icon. If you feel that the text size is too small for you to read, you will be able to increase the font size by selecting this icon. There is also a clock available for you to refer to as needed. However, the official time of the exam will be recorded by the administrator. Once you have answered all of the questions and you are confident in your responses, you will be able to submit your completed exam to the administrators. You will select the Finish Exam function, which is located at the very bottom of the question pane on the left-hand side of the tablet. You will be notified if you have any unanswered questions on this page. You may select that notification to proceed to the first unanswered question in the exam. Otherwise, you can select the checkbox to acknowledge that you are finished with the exam and are ready to submit. The check mark in the box will activate the Finish Exam bar at the bottom of the page. Tapping on this button will allow you to exit and submit your exam. Do not select the Finish Exam button until the administrator has come to you to monitor your submission. If you finish the exam before the end of the allotted time, close the tablet case and go see the administrator in the exam room. They will monitor and assist you while you submit your exam. You will now log into the demo exam to begin the practice round. This will provide you with the opportunity to use the app and become familiar with all of its functions. You will not be scored on this demo exam. There are 30 questions in the practice round. You will have 30 minutes to complete this portion. To log in and begin the demo exam, please type in the PIN that is provided for you at the front of the room and proceed with the practice questions. We will now begin with the Foundational Knowledge Exam. The Foundational Knowledge Exam consists of 92 multiple-choice questions. You will have 2 hours and 30 minutes to complete this exam. Please note that some questions will have 3 answer options, while others have 4. You may only select one answer for each question. Unanswered questions will be scored as incorrect. There will be no points deducted for incorrect answers. Read the questions carefully. Timing will be announced by the administrator. At the 2-hour mark, you will hear, "There are 30 minutes remaining in the exam." You will also receive a 10-minute warning announcement before the end of the exam. You will not be allowed to leave the room in those final 10 minutes. An administrator will now provide you with the PIN for the Foundational Knowledge Exam. We will now begin the Competency Exam. The Competency Exam consists of 98 multiple-choice questions. You will have 2 hours and 35 minutes to complete it. This is a case-based examination. You will read 17 case scenarios and answer 5 to 6 questions about each case. Please note that some questions will have 3 answer options, while others have 4. You can only select one answer for each question. Read the questions carefully. Timing will be announced by the administrator. At the 2-hour and 5-minute mark, you will hear, "There are 30 minutes remaining in the exam." You will also receive a 10-minute warning announcement before the end of the exam. You will not be able to leave the room in those final 10 minutes. An administrator will now provide you with the PIN for the competency exam.